So you're thinking of making a move to Modesto, California? Well, if you want to live in the Central Valley but still want to live in a bigger city, then this is the place for you. So I know if you're local, it's really easy for you to just take a little drive around town and see the different areas you'd like to live in. But for all of you from not around the area, I'm actually going to jump directly into Google Maps so you can see from a bird's eye view the location, the things to do in the area, and just get a better perspective of someone who's lived in the area her just about entire life. So let's jump straight into it. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know all there is to living in the Central Valley of California, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap that bell for notifications, and like this video so you can be the first one to learn about the current market in the Central Valley. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a local realtor based out of Turlock, California, and I get calls from people just like you every single day looking to make a move here to the Central Valley. So whether you're looking to move right now or in 3 months from now, send me a text, shoot me an email, book a Zoom call with me, or just give me a call directly and I'd be happy to set up a time to talk to you to go over what it is that you're looking for. So first to be able to see, I want to point out the location of where Modesto is, and it is directly right in the middle of the state. So you can see it's right here, and I mean, you can't get more central than that. That's why we're the Central Valley. So it's centrally located in a really convenient spot. You'll be able to see too some of these darker areas. These are actually mountains that are surrounding us. So we're surrounded on each side by mountains. So we create almost like a bowl in the Central Valley is the way that we're shaped here. So here is Modesto itself. You can see it's quite large compared to the surrounding cities. You'll see Ceres right next to it, just this little section right here. You'll see Salida's just this little tiny town. So all the towns surrounding it are much smaller. There's even other unincorporated communities that aren't even cities yet. But Modesto is the largest city in all of Stanislaus County, and it's actually the 19th most populous city in all of California. So we're looking at about, I want to say as of 2023, about 218,000 residents in Modesto. Ignore my really horrible drawing because no matter how many times I practice using this, my drawings do not get better. But about 218,000 people. I'm sure it's more since that census was done a couple years ago. But that is a lot of people for a Central Valley city. Now, if you're from a really populous area, you're just going to laugh at 218,000. That's like nothing. But if you're from the Central Valley and surrounding areas, you'll know that we don't get many cities or areas like that have that many people. So that's actually huge to have that many residents in Modesto. So you can see here that Modesto, very centrally located, there is one main freeway that runs through Modesto, and it's this one right here. This is the 99 freeway. Now the 99 freeway runs all the way through Stanislaus, through Merced County, and it actually goes all the way to a bit past Bakersfield where it intersects with the Highway 5, and it turns into the 5. So the 99 ends there technically, but it does run almost all the way towards Southern California. So this is a really big freeway. We also have in Modesto the 108 right here, which is this highway. It's also called McHenry Road. So it's a really big road and it runs through. You can go to Oakdale from there, and just one of the main ways to get around town. So something that people are always wanting to know when they move somewhere is usually where the airports are located, so they know where their next stop for their next vacation is going to be. Now, the one thing about living in Modesto and the Central Valley is we don't have a lot of airports super close to us. However, we do have a ton in the surrounding big cities. So it is a bit of a drive to get to these. However, we have a lot of options. So if one airport doesn't have the flight days or times or even the price that you're looking for, you have a handful of other airports to look at versus some other areas or other states where maybe there's only one main airport that you can choose from. So taking a look directly into the map here, we do have an airport in Modesto. It's located right about here, and it's not really as common used though. It's more of a private airport, so it's not really a great option for you if you're looking to fly, to another state or something. But we do have the closest one that does do public flights is Stockton right here, and that's just, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes from Modesto or so. It's very close. However, Stockton I think they only fly to Vegas. I think it's through Allegiant Air. If you are going to Vegas though, it's the absolute perfect flight. It's just, I don't think it's even an hour long. I've personally taken that from Stockton. So if you're going to Vegas, that's the perfect time to go on a weekend trip there because they only do fly certain days. Now, if you are looking to do a further trip or even go international, there's a lot of different options. We have the San Francisco airport, which is over here somewhere. We have the San Jose airport. We have the Sacramento airport. We have Oakland as well too. So there is just a lot of options that you can choose from. So like I said, if they don't have the days or times or pricing that you're looking for, you've got a whole bunch of other airports to choose from. Now, each of these airports are a bit of a drive. So Sacramento, another hour and a half. San Francisco can be an hour and a half to 2 hours depending on traffic. San Jose is usually one of the most challenging ones because the traffic is horrible if you have a flight during rush hour. But for the most part, if you do choose any of these flights that are not during rush hour, it should only take you about an hour and a half or so to get to these locations. So you do have a lot of options when it comes to traveling and that type of transportation. Now, if you are thinking of moving to Modesto, of course you want to know about the different neighborhoods. So I'm going to show you directly here on the map some of the different neighborhoods. Keep in mind though that a lot of these Central Valley towns and cities, it's not like the big cities, each area doesn't necessarily have a name for a neighborhood, so I may just refer to it as West or East, things like that. Some areas do have specific neighborhoods, but let's look at a few. So if we look here directly at the map, we're gonna start with this lower western corner over here. So we do have West Modesto, which is west of the 99, which is why it's West Modesto. But it's over here. You get a lot of entry-level homes. This is some of the older communities as well too. So these homes have been established for a while. You'll find some homes that are 1920s to 1950s here in this area. So that's been a pretty established community for a while. But again, lower level entry homes, usually a lot of only 2 bedrooms, but you can find some homes with some good sized backyards here because they were built in an older decade. Now over here, this is the airport area. This is also the Bystrom, Bret Hart, all that. To me, I consider this an extension of Ceres. So this is Ceres, this town right over, and I consider this an extension because you really don't even actually have to get on the freeway to get over here. You can just drive directly through Ceres, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're in Modesto. So it kind of is blurred lines there. You'll have one neighbor over here that is a Ceres address, and then you just go a couple streets over and now you're a Modesto address. So you'll find it's very similar to Ceres. Again, a lot of entry-level homes in this area. Now, one of the areas that I really love here is this community right here in the middle. This is downtown Modesto. So this is a very, very old, established, beautiful home, super charming, from the 1920s through 1940s on average. You get a lot of that beautiful charm, a lot of tree-lined, quiet streets. Now, the one thing about this neighborhood is it can get busy just because it is really close to downtown. So downtown is mostly right here where the Modesto symbol is located on this map. But again, it's a beautiful part, and if you have a time just to drive through or even go on, a quick stroll through the area, I highly recommend it. Really beautiful homes. Some of them don't have that big of backyards. Again, it's kind of entry level, so a lot of them are 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. So if you do have a lot of people going to be living with you, that might not be the best neighborhood for you, just because the homes probably won't be big enough. But I really do love looking at the homes there, and it's super convenient and close to downtown. If maybe you don't have a car, you don't want to be driving all the time, it's just convenient and close. Now, the next area we're going to look at is a little bit above downtown, right over here. So we have Aurora, and then it doesn't say it on the map here, but this is also the college neighborhood. It's called that because it's close to Modesto Junior College, the East Campus, I believe. And this area has beautiful homes. Like, if I was moving to Modesto, this is one of the top areas I would be considering. It has just a lot of charm. Homes range usually from around 1940s to 1970s it was built or so. The pricing is all over the place as well too. Sometimes you find only 2 bedrooms. Sometimes you can find 5-bedroom homes. It's kind of very sporadic. You'll find as you go through these neighborhoods, one street can look completely different from a street that's only like a couple blocks over. So it changes a lot. But again, quiet, a lot of tree-lined streets, just a really beautiful community, and a lot of people that live here have lived for just about their entire life. I actually helped someone sell a home this past year in this area who had purchased the home in the 1960s and was still living there. So that just shows how much a lot of people love that community and stay there for the long haul. Now, another area I want to discuss is this over here. Now, I don't really know the neighborhood names for these as much, but this is just East Modesto. So we'll be looking above. This is Briggsmore Avenue here, above Briggsmore. And this is also a very, very desirable area. When I say newer homes, I don't mean, brand new construction, but, early 2000s, later 90s. So newer compared to a lot of other homes in Modesto. This area, we get a lot of people that need more space, more room. People move here because of the school districts as well too. I know that it's over here somewhere, but there's Lakewood Elementary over here somewhere, Sonoma Elementary. Those are the top 2 rated public elementary schools in all of Modesto, according to, I think it's bestschools.com. So it's not my opinion, that's just the rating that is ranked online. So a lot of people like to move there if they have, young children, because of those schools in particular as well too. But besides that, the homes are just really beautiful. You're closer to the country out here as well too. You're close to Enox High School. Oakdale Road is one of the main roads that comes through here. Coffee is another main road. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the 108, also known as McHenry, goes through here as well too. So you'll see Modesto has set up a lot of really parallel roads with these main roads running north and south going through, and then some, Sylvan's a pretty big road as well too, but not as much as those other ones. So beautiful community. Definitely drive around here if you need a little bit more space, if you'd like a nice backyard, if you want some custom homes. They have some really nice custom homes in the area as well too. Now, this area over here, it's getting closer to Salida. This is also kind of, I really don't know the neighborhood name for this one, but once again, kind of similar to that East Modesto that I was just talking about. Really nice area, nice newer homes compared to some of the other neighborhoods. Again, if you need some more space, a lot of people opt to come here as well too. Now, the last place I want to talk about is Del Rio, which is right here. Now, Del Rio is technically not part of Modesto. It's an unincorporated community, but it gets lumped in with Modesto and usually has Modesto postal codes and addresses. So this is the highest price point homes you can find in just about all of Modesto. You see here this little icon here. It's situated around the Del Rio golf course, and the homes are gorgeous. None of them look alike at all. They're completely unique, completely custom. A lot of them sit on over 1.5, almost 2 acre lots. I know there's one listed right now for, I think, $5 million, because it just looks like a compound. It's huge. You have access, to the golf course, all these other amenities. I believe it's gated as well too, so it's a sense of security. But these homes, if you have a chance to drive through there, are just insane. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I did want to throw that one in there, even though it's technically not right in the city of Modesto, but it does get lumped in there. Now, Modesto, since it is the 19th most populous state in all of California, of course has to have a whole bunch of schools. So there is quite a few schools within the district. I want to say there's about 22 elementary schools, 4 or 5 middle schools, and then I think there's 9 high schools. I don't even know if that accounts all public or private or what, but there is a ton to choose from. So even if you think you're going to be in one district in the neighborhood, you being on one street, you might actually be one street over from being in a different school district. So if you do have kids and you do want to be in a specific school district, keep that in mind when you are looking for homes, so you know what to tell your realtor to look for. Now, we do also have we don't have a state college, but we have a junior college that a lot of local students go to. It's Modesto Junior College, and there's actually 2 campuses. There's the east and the west one. They're both located around here somewhere in that vicinity, and it's a really popular option. California junior colleges offer really low cost education to get your associate's degree, so 2 years of schooling. And I think it's a really great option to get those first couple years credits out of the way. Now, MJC is also known for a really great nursing program, so I've heard that nursing program is extremely competitive and challenging to get into, but that is a very popular option in the area as well too. So whatever type of school you're looking for, private, public, Modesto has it all, and there are a ton of options. And if maybe that's not for you, then there's a lot of great schools in different cities nearby, such as Turlock as well. Now, the Central Valley does have a pretty bad reputation with claiming that we are very boring here. We have absolutely nothing to do. And yeah, I mean, I can't compare us to a big major city like San Francisco. Of course, we're not going to have quite as much to do as there, but Modesto actually has quite a bit to offer for just about everyone, no matter what your age group or what you're into. They have a lot of different things to do that people really don't realize. So we're gonna look at some of the things. A lot of it here is, directly in downtown Modesto, which is right here, but I'm going to zoom in and, give you an idea of the layout of some of it, because there is, again, quite a bit of stuff. So this is the main area here. There are a ton of restaurants in downtown Modesto and other parts of Modesto as well too. But you can just walk down the street in downtown and just hop into any random restaurant, and they're all fantastic. There's a lot of pet-friendly restaurants as well too, so that's always nice, especially with patio seating when the weather is nice in the spring and the fall. Something I love about Modesto is the rich history too. So it was discovered in about 1870. And there are a lot of homes, or not a lot of homes, but historic buildings that are still standing to this day. Some not used for its original purpose, such as like the newspaper building, but there are some that are still standing and original. So right here, the McHenry Mansion, or they call it McHenry Museum, but it's the mansion. It is gorgeous inside. It was an original home from sometime in the early 1900s that is still original. You can walk through it, see how it's decorated. A lot of kids in schools take field trips to there, usually around in 3rd grade, just because the history is so rich and interesting. And it's just, people don't think of Modesto and the Central Valley as that rich cultural history, but we really do have it. And it is, if you're visiting Modesto, I highly recommend stopping by there because it's super cool. If you're into that history kind of stuff, I love looking at older homes when I am a realtor, so what can I say? But that is one thing. They also do a ton of farmers markets, which you can see right here, takes place around 8th Street and 16th Street. So that's every Saturday. They also do some first Fridays of the month when the weather is nice in the spring, summer, and fall. And what that is they get in downtown a bunch of local businesses and vendors and just set up different booths. There's a lot of entertainment for kids, adults, all ages, something for everyone. So that is always a really fun thing to attend. There's also art walks that they have in downtown. I think it's the last Thursday of the month usually, where they highlight a lot of local artists, so you can go see that. So there's just a lot of different things. Another amazing thing about Modesto is we do have the Gallo Center for the Arts. Now this is a huge auditorium where they have live performances, symphonies, things like that. If you have a chance to go to a show there, I know they do like the Nutcracker every year. I highly recommend going. It's definitely an experience and not something you'd expect right in the middle of Modesto, but it is. It's right there in the middle of downtown. So once you finish a show there or right before the show, you can definitely go grab a bite to eat or meet up. We do have the State Theater as well in Modesto, which still has shows and performances. They also do usually block off one of the main roads in downtown on weekends. So there's just a lot to do. If you are, a younger crowd, you're looking for some bars, things like that. There's even nightclubs there. Again, not the size and scale that you're going to find in San Francisco, but there still is just a lot to do. Now, one other thing is there are a lot of parks in Modesto and a lot of the towns of all of the Central Valley. So this is one of the main ones right here. This is Graciada Park. That is one of the oldest parks, and they do like outdoor, I don't know if they have concerts or like just outdoor events and things like that there, especially in the summertime. So that's something looking into. But yeah, anywhere within these few blocks of downtown Modesto, there's going to be so much to do. Just park your car, get out, stroll around downtown, and I guarantee you'll find something to do despite having the negative reviews that there's nothing to do in the area. I promise you that there is, so check that out. Now, if you do want to get out of Modesto for the day or for the weekend, we are so centrally located that there is a ton of things to do and drive. Everything's very drivable. So whether you want to go to the beach, the mountains, a big city, it's all accessible and all within just a couple-hour drive. So I'm going to show you here, because, oops, zoom out. I love to do day trips. I do them all the time. There's no point of even paying for a hotel and staying over the weekend because all these places are so drivable. There's no point for that. So here's Modesto, and I'm going to show you. Here is San Francisco right over here. So you can see it's maybe a 2-hour drive or so, depends on traffic. San Jose, the San Jose downtown is really nice. Santana Row, highly recommend it. Spend a lot of time there, but those are the main cities known in that area, but there's also a lot of really great little towns with it in here. So, you know, Palo Alto right here has Stanford, beautiful, nice downtown. Redwood City also has beautiful homes, really great downtown. So there's just a lot to do over on this side, but of course, you know, we can go the other direction as well. And we're going to end up in the mountains, essentially. So we have here, Yosemite is just also another 2.5 hours, probably 2.5 hours, because you have to go through windy roads from Modesto. So if you haven't visited Yosemite, I would say it's probably one of the most well-known national parks in the US, and it's absolutely beautiful. One of the best times to go, in my opinion, is in the spring, right after the winter, because it just finished raining, and the more rain that we've had, the better, because the waterfalls are going to be much bigger. I have been in the summer at the end where everything is pretty much dried up, and it's definitely not as great of the experience. It's still beautiful and breathtaking, but you definitely want to go after it's been raining so you can see those waterfalls. But if you don't want to go all the way to Yosemite, they also have up here the Stanislaus National Forest. There's a ton of different hikes, things to do. It's not as commonly thought of, and then those are two just big forests, but throughout this, you know, this whole area that we've got here, there is so many hidden gems and hikes and just beautiful scenery that isn't as well known. So do some research on it because it's beautiful. Now, some other local gems that a lot of people, if they're not from the area, do not know about is this section right over here. So we have Columbia State Historic Park. It's such a neat town. And well, let me preface, a lot of these towns in this area are very old-timey. They're, you know, a lot of original buildings still from the 1800s. Columbia, you can walk down and you feel like you're being transported, you know, 200 years in the past. They still have people that dress up like the 1800s and have carriage rides. It's just really fun, really neat downtowns. Same with Sonora. I highly, highly recommend going through there. It's just a nice little day trip. I wouldn't recommend, you know, the whole weekend, but just a nice day trip. And that's probably only, you know, 45 minutes to an hour from Modesto, so not that far. Now, Murphy's up here also. If you are a wine lover, you can walk up and down their downtown area, and there's a ton of different wine tasting that you can do, and they're all little boutique little wine tasting areas too, so it's not like some big name thing. It's so much fun. I think I went a couple years ago and just spent a day going up through the different areas, but a lot of fun, and that's something that's not commonly as thought of in the area if you're not from here. So one other thing, of course, you can go down south. Now to get to Southern California, LA, that's going to be, you know, about 5.5-ish hours, up to 6 hours, depends on traffic. San Diego also 7 to 8 hours. But we do have Sacramento, which is, you know, an hour and a half from Modesto going up this way. And of course, you know, it's a state capital. So if you're into history or things like that, I definitely recommend taking a trip to the capital. It's really neat to see. And downtown Sacramento is actually really nice too. They have a lot of really nice eateries and things to do. So just definitely check that out. But if you are in Modesto, there is so much for you to do. So if you have a weekend where you're free, just go take a day trip and enjoy your day. I hope this video was helpful and gives you a little bit better of an idea of the layout of Modesto and where it is located in comparison to the rest of California. If you're not from the area, this should give you a much better idea of its layout, but let me know your thoughts. If Modesto is something that you're interested in moving to, or maybe a surrounding area, feel free to give me a call, send me a text, or set up a Zoom meeting with me, and we can meet to go over and discuss exactly what it is that you're looking for. And I really hope that sometime I can see you around town here in Modesto.